Hello, and thanks for playing Don't Cook the Planet. I'm going to walk you through a typical turn. So here we are on the front screen. Let's go ahead and press play. This is a card game. It lets you simulate humanity's fight against global warming. Your job is to get your carbon per turn down to 0 before total carbon reaches 7,500. And your carbon per turn comes from the red carbon output numbers of each region. You can see those in the lower left-hand corner. These numbers add up to your total carbon per turn. Again, you want to get that down to 0. The way you do that is by playing the cards at the bottom, and all these cards have different effects. You can see the card effect right here for each of these cards. Some cards add support, which is this green number here, in the support values here in the lower right-hand corner. Having a support value greater than 0 in a region allows you to use that region's resources. And each of these regions has a resource. It's the little picture here on the top of the region, and you can see the total number of resources you have available to you at any given time. Again, if the value goes, your support value goes below 0, you lose access to that region's resource. In this case, you've lost access to this region's natural resources resource. As you can see up here on the track, you don't have access to all 3 of the natural resources available on the screen. So, to play a card, you can press the play button. In this case, you've got all the resources you need. You can see the resources that you need here under the on the cost bar. This particular card is going to reduce the carbon output for every region box that has the B letter code. So that's this one, and this one. So when we play this, you should see your carbon per turn go down by 3. So let's press play, and there you go. Your carbon per turn went down to 69 from 72, but as you can see, your total carbon went up. So once you've played your card, then the computer gets to play a card, and you can either choose to block or pass. If you block, you have to pay the block cost, which in this case is a loss of support in every region with the C region code, or the coal marker, meaning that in every region that uses coal as its primary source of electricity, you're going to lose support. If you, that's only if you press the block button. If you press the pass button, every region that uses coal with the C marker, its carbon output will go up by 1. So this is one that you probably want to block, and because there are a lot of markers with the C region code on the map. So let's go ahead and block. And as you can see, your support did drop, and in this case it dropped to 0, so now you've lost access to an industry resource. There are other things you can do with cards. One of the things you can do is change region codes. So in this case, you could play the free trade agreement card, and this would allow you to change the one of the regions with the L code to the H code. You'd be able to change this from a low HDI society to a high HDI society, presumably through growth of exports with free trade agreements. That helps you. The cost, of course, is that you lose support in regions that have industry region codes. It's probably worth it for us to do that, so we can go ahead and press the play button. When you do that, you get to select the region where you want to change the region code. Let's go ahead and select this region, and we're done. The computer's now going to play the nuclear accident card. This is a card that we can pass on simply because we don't have any regions that have the N or the nuclear code yet. So this card will have no effect. Let's press the pass button. All right. So let's play a few more cards here just to give you a handle on the flow of the game. One of the cards we can play here will add support to a region. This is the food aid card. It requires access to 1 agricultural resource. We have plenty of that, so let's press the play button. And we could really use access to this industry resource, so let's add 1 point there. All right, we have another economic growth card. Again, let's go ahead and block that. And then let's now discard a card. If you don't like any of the cards in your hand, you can always discard. You press the discard button, and that allows you to choose one of 3 cards to replace it. let's go ahead and let's pick this card, the non-HCF air conditioners. Let's select that. And then we can pass on this card because this is a computer card that you just simply can't block. Let's press the pass card. Let's go ahead and play this card. As you can see, that brought your carbon per turn down by a lot. We can block this card again because we have control of 2 science resources, and that's what's required to block. Now, if you want to get a feel for the elements of the game, or you have any questions while you're playing, you can always press the menu key button. This will take you to a game key. It lists all the region codes, lists the various elements of the region box, climate codes, you've got the card elements, you've got your resource symbols. The other thing you can do here is you can open up the HU cards index, and you can see all the cards that are available to you. And then for this particular game, just press exit, and then you can go back and you can resume, and you're back to playing the game. So let's go here, let's do a regime change. This is a card that requires a lot of military resources. And the cards with the kleptocracy region code can cause you a lot of problems. So let's go ahead and let's change this region code from K to D. All right. So that's how you play. And again, the goal is to get to 0, your carbon per turn to 0 before you get to 7,500 total carbon. So thanks for playing and enjoy.